going on, y'all? Welcome to Get Off My Chest, man. I gotta get this off my chest because, you know, I'm looking at these conflicts, history repeating itself online, man. I mean, you got different influences and things, and, you know, people coming at one another, you know, about what other people are doing. I mean, I know it's a lot of history. I won't, act like there ain't history and it's, people. I don't know any of these people personally, but I see what's going on in the comments, and it's like, it's the same thing that's happening. You know, let's go back to Africa. What happened? It was internal conflict being exploited by outside influences in order to get those slaves. You see that? This was a slave trader. When they went to war, they took slaves as, spoils of war. You know what I'm saying? They kept them enslaved for an amount of time and then they freed them, or they assimilated into that culture. When the Europeans came, they basically propped up one side to go against all the others to help enslave them, to help navigate through those jungles, because they didn't know nothing about that until it was their turn. And then they were like, damn, we got nobody to help us because we help enslave our own and go against our own. You see that? That ain't no white man doing that. That's somebody, that's one of their own people. You know what I'm saying? Just a different tribe. That's similar today. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody throwing up these different things and these different sides and all that, but all look the same ancestors. And it's history repeating itself, man. Really don't need to keep going through this. It's enough room at the table for everybody. And, one person going up, whatever the reason may be, there's no reason for, all the internal conflict, because it just leads to one thing. I had these pages set up in a different way, but they kind of came undone. I'm trying to find a certain picture, like this here. See how they prop a few up just to, make them think they're part of something. And who really wins at the end of all these conflicts? A lot of these people from the same areas, most of them, same backgrounds. There's no need for the inner turmoil because, just like with Africa, you think of all the different Black Power movement. What's happened? It was never some white man right there in the mix. They will always use someone, within those ranks, plants and everything to discredit it, whether it be, drugs or, doing something illegal, or even coming in to kill, a prominent member, or to give information to have a prominent member killed. You know what I mean? But y'all see, they always using those of us within us to do those things. And what's the end goal? Conquest. You see what I'm saying? The whole Willie Lynch papers and all those things. Finding ways to pit each other, pit ourselves against each other. A lot of these platforms are about pushing peace and all these different things. But yet the opposite message is being seen by, thousands, maybe millions or hundreds of thousands, viewers, millions of viewers who, and a lot of them could be the very kids that we're trying to get this message out to. Who wins in the end? Look at that. Who wins in the end? Still to this day. This ain't just about history. Who wins? All the hard work that people put in, to gain something from nothing. There's no need for the inner turmoil. There's no need for the constant attacks, back and forth and all these different things. I get it. Sometimes, things got to be had, but for the sake of that peace that we all trying to push, for the sake of the kids that we're trying to get the message out to, we want to get a summer back to the kids. We want to get a community back to the kids. For the sake of just overall, just peace in general, man. And being an example, a lot of these things that need to be had, talks that need to be had, have to be, man to man, you know what I'm saying, over the phone, a quick phone call here and there. Because all we doing is keeping everything that's in this book and outside this book going on for temporary influence, temporary, gain, comments and things like that. And any outsiders that's perpetuating it. What's the point? Who wins? Who wins? See what I'm saying? He's standing over a different continent, but you might as well just put that, just over our people regardless. Who wins? Pitting ourselves against each other, Willie lynching ourselves every single day. What I seen in different comments, and yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm cool with Swipe, you know what I'm saying? But we recognize that, and anybody who's pushing a message of peace, but it has to be that, I ain't got nothing against a person coming to defense for themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know anyone personally, but I know right is right and wrong is wrong when it comes to certain things. And we got to stop being this kind of person. All those people who take the opportunity to jump on a live or to jump in a comment or anything like that just to tear a person down. And this goes both ways. Whoever it's wrong either way. It may seem right, and there may be reasons behind it. I'm not diminishing that. But I'm talking about the bigger picture. Don't want to be this person helping to keep our own down. We talk about, how cool it would have been, if Duck and Vaughn could have came together, how much stuff could have been ended, how much music could have been made, how much money could have been made for all sides to where nobody would lack. But guess what? One side was propped up and chose to keep another down, being like this person right here for a temporary gain, for temporary advantage. And at the end, all you have is more graves to fill. You see what I'm saying? And it all comes back to the end goal. Somebody else's conquest. We talk about how many billions of black dollars are invested in all these things, are spent on industries and all the things that, the power of the black dollar, the power of the black voice, the power of the black vote. And we squander it. We squander it for, a few, advantages. Guns, drugs, alcohol, fancy clothes, all to get back to this and then talk about this kind of man here holding us down when it's really us. So for all the, the inner blogger wars and, have a conversation. Let's have that conversation. I talked about, getting all people in like a hall or a meeting hall or a church or something like that and having them conversations with the parents of victims and really start some healing. The same thing extends to, whoever got issues and not have this conflict. We talk about the rappers, the younger rappers and all these people not airing stuff out on the internet, and all the policey comments and all these different things. Well, it's time for the folks who put out the messages as well to show and live as an example. And this message is universal. You know what I'm saying? It applies to anyone. Just talk. Let's not do this, man. It's not worth it because we all know who wins in the end, doing their jobs for them, making it easier. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's so easy to just move a whole nother group of people into a community. That's how it's so easy to just redline people out of their communities, to gentrify and all these different things because we're so busy, lost into the internal conflicts for a little bit of favor. The minute someone else sees, like Napoleon, when he did in the Congo, he took a few blacks that were lighter skinned, thinner noses and pit them against all their own people, named them Tutsis and the rest was Hutus, and they were all the same people, man. This is what I see going on. History repeating itself, whether it be from Africa, whether it be from the different black movements, or even today. It's always some of our own taking down some of our own to the benefit of this, somebody else's conquest. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. And that's all I had to get off my chest, man. We got to stop, man. We're seriously pushing peace and try to give something back to these kids. It got to start with us. We are the solution. And that's it, man. Y'all stay blessed and be smooth.